Good morning, everyone. Ooh, it's Friday. We have officially ended the first week of the government fiscal year. Happy New Year still, since we're still officially new in the government fiscal year. And there's a whole lot going on. Welcome to the Contractor's Chatter. Yes, the chatter is designed to be that up-level conversation around government contracting. We discuss legislation, appropriation, industry trends, and all the things that you need to have that up-level conversation and to develop that pertinent, important strategy around government contracting. I'm your host, Luciana Turner, and we're going to get this party started today. Because it's Friday, I have a great deal of business development work I need to complete. And I want to kick the day off by making a correction. I have been talking about this DoD initiative surrounding basically zero trust and the new cybersecurity requirement for contractors. And I have been referring to it as CMMI. And I have been wrong. It is CMMC. And I apologize for that because I know people are like, this woman is crazy. I've been trying to look this up and it's wrong. No, it is CMMC. It is the Cyber Maturity Model Certification. There's information about it on the SBA website, although they are not administering the program, they are not the ones issuing the certification, and they are not the ones doing the review. They are partnering with the company that are doing the program, administering the program, to get the word out to contractors who are looking to do work in the DoD space. Right now, that cyber requirement does not affect small businesses. However, if that is in your site to do business with the DoD, you will have to become CMMC certified. I, quite frankly, as a compliance officer, putting my experience on this, I do see this being a cross the board government requirement, especially with the adoption of zero trust. Everybody's going to have to migrate to that. So you need to put it forefront in your mind, put it on a post-it note, sticky note, whatever you need to do. You need to start researching the implementation, the costs associated with it, build it into your rates so that you can account for the maintenance and the institution of that service. With that said, today is just going to be a summary of what we've discussed for the week, and then we're going to do a kind of like a sneak peek into what we're going to discuss next week. And one of the top things we're going to discuss is the fact that they, as I predicted, raised the debt ceiling so that one, we can pay our bills, which we all knew they were going to do that. Nobody was going to allow the U.S. government to default on paying their debt. It just wasn't going to happen. I don't care how much pontificating we were going to do, how much feet stomping, temper tantrum type work. Nobody was going to allow the U.S. government to default on its debt. It wasn't going to happen. Now that that battle has been fought, now they just need to go ahead and pass the remainder of the FY 2022 spending budget. I do know it's on the slate to pick up the Defense Authorization Act, and the House and Senate amazingly enough, has added an additional 25 billion to defense spending. And that's over what President Biden had submitted in his original budget. Even with that increased budget, the contracting forecasts are showing an uptick in spending on the civilian side of government. And I know some people are like, there's a civilian side. What is she talking about? There are two sides of government spending: civilian sector, and as it implies, that's your non-military spending or your non-military type spending. That's your non-DoD. That's your non. Homeland Security is considered civilian. However, they operate in tandem with DoD. Your non-NSA, CIA is considered civilian agencies. There is an uptick in spending according to the forecast on that side of the government. So that is where you should be focusing your procurement efforts. Um, Once again, I'm delving into crossing the line into giving unsolicited coaching, but you joined my platform, so that kind of gives me permission to coach you. You need to have an overarching strategy. What are your goals for this year? What is your long game? What is your contract mix? Are you trying to prime? Are you trying to subcontract? If you're trying to subcontract, who are you trying to subcontract with? And what are those initiatives and what do they look like? How are you going to partner? These are the types of things that you need to really, really consider in developing that contracting strategy. If your strategy is just, I'm going to find something and write to it, contracting is a very expensive, highly rewarding endeavor. However, if you're just going to take stabs in the dark, you're going to spend a lot of money up front before you make that money back. And I don't care what anybody tells you, BNP, and that's been proposal efforts, cannot be direct charged to the government. Cannot be direct charged to the government. And if you're not getting the emphasis, then you need to get into my upcoming classes or one of them. Therefore, there's no such thing as, and it says it in every RFP, you cannot charge the government for this effort. So when you're writing the proposal, the cost for printing it, mailing it, overnight shipping it, you can't give the government a bill for that. You can't charge it to the project should you win. That's cost that you're bearing up front in hopes that you will win. So, to that end, a strategy will yield a better result than this constant shot in the dark methodology. Throwing stuff at the wall, eventually something will stick. However, wouldn't it be better to knowingly throw something at the wall that you know have the capability of sticking? I'm just saying. We all know that silk slides, but paste sticks. And with that said, yesterday I started recording my guests that want to participate in the virtual summit that starts off November 1st, becoming a power partner with the government. And I'm going to tell you, I was excited by the content that was delivered. I'm quite sure you're going to be excited by that content. And I took down the registration page because my assistant is putting up the new banner. She's just, I hired a new assistant, and quite frankly, my registration page was janky. And it's being redone. So once it's back up and it's live, I'm going to post it everywhere. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. You want to register. because we're really going to have those conversations and just honest conversations. I'm telling you, my feelings got hurt by some of the content that my guests were sharing. And when I say my feelings got hurt, I had to start taking an honest assessment of where I was in my contracting business. I had to back up and say, whoa, wait a minute, where am I? And you know what? And that's what you're supposed to do as a business owner. That's how we effectively lead in our businesses. Now, small businesses, will we ever lead the contracting industry? No. But we will always be leaders in our own individual businesses. And we can never lead our business to the level that we're trying to attain if we never take that step back and do that 360 view. If we always stay on level with our business and never come up here and look down and say, okay, this is where I am and this is where I'm trying to go, and these are the steps that I need to take to achieve that. That's what I'm saying. And I haven't even interviewed all my guests. I haven't even recorded my content for the summit. And I'm already blown away. And I'm quite sure you will be too. So once it goes live, registration goes live, all I'm asking for is your name and your email address. I don't spam. I respect and honor your time and your energy. You really need this content. Every contractor should have a library of information that they can go to, that they can research. They can pull off the shelf and go, okay, I need this. Okay, this is my answer to that. Every contractor should have a resource and a source of good information. And that is what this virtual summit will do for you. And with that, I'm going to close out with the following information. There are a lot of changes on the horizon in the government contracting world over the next year. And my question to you is, where do you want to be on the tide of that change? Do you want to be on the tail end, or do you want to get swept away by it? And my assessment to you is, without a strategy and without a plan, you're going to get swept away. And I don't want to see anyone swept away by the coming tide. So put something in place that will allow and enable you to create that solid foundation for exponential growth. And with that, I will see you Monday morning at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Take the weekend and decompress. Some me time, refuel, because a worried, hurried, tired mind cannot be strategic. Come out the gate fully functional and charged up Monday morning. And I will see you back on this platform. Facebook, LT&A Company page, on Instagram, the LT&A Consulting Group LLC page, on YouTube, LT&A Consulting, LT&A Contractors Conversation. I go live from these pages every day, Monday through Friday at 8:15 a.m. And I will see you on Monday morning. Have a restful weekend.